Hello, YouTube. Ozzy. Say hello. Oh, isn't he cute? Isn't he the cutest? He is. Okay, in honor of my brother's birthday this weekend, I'm doing wrestling. Wrestling was huge in my family. We bonded over it. We watched it all together, and we booed Jake the Snake, and then we booed Ric Flair, except my brother loved Ric Flair. Yay, Hulk Hogan. Yay, Macho Man. Anyway, we're still wrestling fans in my family now. But we've got several books related to wrestling, about wrestlers. First book is a biography about Bruiser Brody. Now that's a man's man, right? And he was really handsome, except his forehead looked like a topographical map from cutting himself for matches and barbed wire and that stuff kind of thing. He was known for being, just a wild man in the ring, and he wore these big, giant, furry boots. Just tough as, he was one tough dude, He was insanely popular in Japan and Puerto Rico, in the U.S., and he worked as a independent wrestler because he was just that good. He wasn't, as worried really about the money because he didn't want to be controlled by any, big entity. Next book, let me mention too, if you would want to read this, you need to go to Crowbar Press to get this book. Highly recommend it though. It's a good read, really good read. Next book features cover art by Jerry the King Lawler. It's called Headlocked, and it's basically about this dude trying to get into the business and get training and everything. It's a graphic novel, and I enjoyed this as well. We have a couple of Chris Jericho, Y2J. He's hilarious. If you've watched wrestling, he's a natural comedian. You go along with whatever gimmick he comes up with because it's just fun. But he's the real deal. Also, he's been the WWF, WCW, WWE. He's wrestled in Mexico. He's wrestled in Japan. For as funny as he is and his, charisma and entertainment, he knows his wrestling too. The next several books I have are more Mexico, Luchador kind of thing. We've got this really nice book on, it kind of gives you a history of all things Luchador, their costumes, and then, these guys, way more dedicated, than like any other group of wrestlers, It'd be so awesome to be a mom in the 70s and have little boys, and they're watching the Blue Demon, fight zombies and sea creature monsters, and then they're reading about Blue Demon in their favorite comic book, and then, oh my gosh, you take them to watch Blue Demon in the ring, that would be so much fun, to just be totally immersed in that, and then, you're out on, on a little vacation or a little getaway, and there in the restaurant, who is it? The Blue Demon. Can you imagine how exciting that would be for kids, they wore these masks. They wear them all the time. They are that character all the time. That would be just awesome. This features an introduction by Kurt Angle. Pretty cool. The next group of books I have are from Parts Unknown Publications, Keith J. Rainville. This one is kind of about zombie movies in the 70s. that you didn't know about that feature luchadors. And there's really cool artwork in here of like posters and just movie shots and stuff. I mean, how cool to have. I mean, look at that. You know, not just dudes, ladies too. I mean, I'm gonna be a luchador. Just awesome. This is what I was looking for. Look at that. Look who it is. It's the Blue Demon. He's kind of my fave. I mean, he's just, I remember when they started having, more lucha stuff, in, WWE and all that. It was so much fun. I mean, they were so much smaller, and like their body types were more like kind of barrel chested, and but then it was so fast paced, and they're just ping ponging back and forth so fast in the ring. It was so much fun to watch. It was a great time. Krista Faust, Hoodtown. This is easily like one of the best books I've ever read. I mean, she's not like, Heidi Klum size or anything like that, but, like, she stacked up ODB. I mean, she's a female, but she could totally kick your ass. And it's just like a great raunchy murder mystery kind of thing, but with luchadors. And it is one of the best books I've ever read. I enjoyed this so much. Krista Faust is a fantastic writer. There is going to be a sequel to this that I will eagerly be awaiting. It's going to be called Rencor, and it's going to be written by Matt Wallace. We also have another Lucha Noir book. It is the complete Rafael Navarro drawings. And I mean, there are tons of really good ones. I mean, they're all just great. Just a couple of pages I thought looked like especially awesome. I mean, that dude right there, that looks, that's a great. I thought this was just amazing. I mean, look how beautiful she is. I want to be her. Sea creature. I mean, I just love it. Look, it could be Trinity, right? Okay. And more Mexican wrestling. One of the greatest. Eddie Guerrero. Great book, great read. I just love Eddie Guerrero. Still sucks that he's not still with us and still in the ring. I absolutely love that Sasha Banks, is so inspired by him, and then, she's had her ring gear look like his and his moves and stuff. It's just great. It's a wonderful way to kind of keep the spirit of Eddie Guerrero alive. Last two books I'm going to mention. If you don't have the WWE Network, get it just so you can watch ECW. Mick Foley. I got kids. They don't care about book covers. Great stories. Mick Foley is so smart, so funny. And then easily the toughest guy who's ever been in pro wrestling. Hands down. Terry Funk. I mean, he's just incredible. He is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. If you get the network, you gotta look up ECW. You gotta look up matches with Terry Funk. I mean, he's one of the best. I mean, I don't know. He's not your average human. Like, there was something that, got involved with him. I don't see how he did what he did for as long as he did. I mean, falls. I mean, you see that. That's, that barbed wire, that's just normal. incredibly tough, and then he comes across as just like a really amazing human being, you know. We do have a few more Mick Foley books, I believe, that I haven't read. If you have any wrestling books that you would like to recommend, put them in the comments down below, and thank you for watching.